As making money online becomes more mainstream, I see so many people, especially around me in my high school, trying to start a business. They're gonna make money. Oh wait, you're gonna start an agency? You're gonna do drop shipping? No way. That's sick, man. That's what I'll say. But the problem is they never stay consistent. They never actually see progress. Then this results in them giving up. So they're not seeing this progress, and they haven't seen progress because of their inconsistency, because they didn't know what they want. And then that causes them to give up and just stop trying. This is because they never dedicated and they never actually focused on scaling their business. They never actually created a business in the first place. They just thought it was going to be a cool little thing. They tried one time because they were a little bit motivated and nothing happened. You have to consistently do the same sort of actions and continuously improve these each time, each and every time, to genuinely see results. So if you want to actually make money, and I'm not saying I'm some like fancy guru who's made millions of dollars, but I will teach you exactly how I made $2,000 within less than 2 weeks while still inside school. First, people don't have business problems. They only have personal problems that reflect into their business. This is a quote by Sam Ovens, the owner of School. He's a multi-millionaire, and this is a super true quote that goes regardless if you're right now a 16-year-old in high school who's just starting his business or a multi-millionaire trying to scale. Most of the time, you don't have business problems. It's not the fact that, oh, you just got lucky one day, and it's certainly not the fact that you don't have the proper skill set to be able to scale a business. Or maybe, oh, I'm just not that good at sales. It's about your personal problems, specifically your beliefs in the fact that you don't believe that you could perform because of the potential risk of failure. You view this failure as so bad. It's so bad. And you're so scared of this failure that you are not willing to take the risk and actually do something, sit down, dedicate yourself, sacrifice other things around you so you can get genuine results. And let's say you don't because you fail. Well, you see this failure as such a bad thing, but I would disagree. Failure is only another stepping stone to success, to actually making money. This is because failure only shows you what you should not do or what you can do to make more progress, rather than you seeing it as failure. And the only reason you actually see it as failure, not as learning, because you set your expectations so high and you ended up falling to the standard that you held yourself at, meaning that you failed. And you failed because you let yourself fall to your worst standards that weren't met at the expectations that you wanted. So you expected to hit this goal. You expected that you were going to get these results, and you hoped, but in reality, your standard was here and your goal was here, so you didn't end up reaching what you set out to achieve. So then you fail and you give up. But you need to rewire your brain. That's the second thing that I'm going to be talking about. Rewire your brain so you can make more money than you've probably even seen. Not saying that I haven't made less or have made more, but I will tell you, and I'll send a screenshot for proof. In the middle 2 weeks of January, I made, I think, $2,000. Yeah, $2,000. I'm not going to say if I made more, I'm not going to say if I made less. But just that in itself, either you can have faith by reprogramming your brain and have faith in my ability, because I have faith in my ability to perform as I've done it before, so why can't I do even more again? You need to have the same thing. I have done that. I didn't just tell you that to brag. I didn't just tell you that to be like, haha, show this in your face. No. You need to rewire your brain, and you need to have faith, and you need to trust your ability to perform. And if you don't and you fail, this is because you fell to your standards. But you only failed in the sense of you didn't meet the expectation, you didn't meet the goal that you set out to achieve. And you didn't meet that. And I guess that's fine. But of course, you shouldn't just let yourself always fail and not hit your goals. What That's not fine. What is fine though is being able to learn from there and learning, because learning is just the same condition. You have been met with this goal in the past, so that's the condition, and then you change. You have a different behavior. So then in the future, that when you're hit with the same condition or the same goal, you're going to act differently based on the feedback that you have gotten from your previous actions. Third is discipline. You need to be able to be disciplined enough. I know you've heard that all the time, but discipline is simply just doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. So all you have to do, without trying to overthink it or trying to make everything perfect, don't do any of that. Sit down, do the work, because you know why you're supposed to do it. I don't need to tell you. I don't need to say, oh, this is blah, 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 blah. Right? You know why you're supposed to do the work. And honestly, you probably know what you're supposed to do. And maybe you're switching business models, trying this one, this thing. You shouldn't do any of that anyways, because what you do doesn't matter. It's only how you do it. So it's not about what you do, it's about how you do that. Truthfully, I can tell you, oh, this is the 17 different side hustles that you need to do to make $2,000 online. But that's not the case. I know you've seen tons of those videos. So then you try making an agency. You try doing drop shipping. You try door-to-door sales. I could name off a bunch of side hustles to make $500 in the next 2 days, to make $2,000 the next whatever, like $2,000 in 2 weeks. The point is being able to decide that you are the disciplined type of person. You're somebody with discipline and dedication. You can sit down and you can do something with your life. And it's actually, again, about how you do things, not about what you do. So if you consistently do these things and consistently improve, then that is what's going to allow you to then see results. Now, you do have to understand is that this isn't going to happen magically. You have to understand that your influences impact how you your outputs, right? Because your influences are the input, the actual thing going in, because what you give in is what you're going to get out. So your outputs are what actually comes out. Meaning that you need to be able to control the inputs that you have, the people around you, and your environment. So you need to be in the environment of somebody who actually does. You need to be in the environment with people, with things, and with these sort, like a book. You just need to have the constant environment and not hang out with these terrible friends and not do these basic things. Now, to actually do this, and if you want to be able to control your inputs and control your standards, join my community. It's the very first link in the description. And I have an exact step-by-step framework that you can utilize completely for free to master your mind and be able to control exactly how you think, resulting in you being able to then control exactly what comes into your life and what comes out, because you'll be able to be super present, super mindful, and have the mindset and the capabilities to then make progress. Like playing video games. Like doing these, maybe, I know you're saying, okay, 1 hour a day isn't that bad. First of all, nobody will just play for an hour. Second, you can't control yourself anyway, so you need to at least completely be extreme for a set period of time. And then third, you need to be able to control your influences and control your inputs and have exact intention behind what you do and the input that you have. So either coming in or the input you give into your work, if you want an exact output to come out of it. And that's how you control your standards, and then that's how you don't just fall below what your expectation was. So set your expectation, set your goal, but then have your standards higher, meaning that it's impossible not to hit this goal. And then if you don't, well, remember failure. We rewired your brain to understand that failure is only a stepping stone to progress, a stepping stone to your goal, meaning that you have to then just learn, and you have learned either what not to do or a better depiction of what to do, resulting in you actually getting closer to your goal. So instead of going from here, so your goal is here, your goal is here, and then you are here. Instead of going from here and actually hitting your goal, you just went to here. That's what you think is going to happen, but actually you're going to go from here, and once you fail, you're going to go to here, as long as you can learn from what you have done and the failures that have arisen.